Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in the world. It's not money, it's not status, it's not even sheer willpower. It's something deeper, something that shapes us before we even realize it's happening. It's a mother's unwavering love. Think about it. Every single person in this room is here today because of a mother. She is the first voice we hear, the first touch we feel, and the first person who believes in us before we ever believe in ourselves. And here's the thing. Her love doesn't just exist when it's easy. It's there in the moments of struggle, in the moments of sacrifice, in the moments when no one else sees. A mother's love is relentless. She gives when she has nothing left. She fights battles we never even know about. She stands in the shadows, lifting us higher, pushing us forward without ever asking for credit. How many of you have ever had a moment in your life where you felt lost, where you doubted yourself, where you thought you weren't enough? But then, somewhere in the back of your mind, you heard that voice, the one that said, "You can do this, I believe in you." It's the voice of a mother's love. That love is not just emotional, it's transformational. It builds resilience, it instills strength. It teaches us what it means to stand tall after we fall. Because when life knocks us down, when we face rejection, failure, or fear, it's not just our own willpower that gets us back up. It's the foundation of love that was laid long before. A love that says, you are capable, you are worthy, you are unstoppable. But here's the mistake most people make. We take it for granted. We assume it will always be there, that it's just part of life. But if you want to truly understand power, you need to recognize and honor that love. Because when you do, when you stop and truly appreciate what has been given to you, you don't just feel gratitude, you transform. You become stronger. You start leading with love instead of fear. So here's my challenge for you. Don't just recognize it, return it. Give that love back. Not just in words, but in action. Show up for the people who have shown up for you. Be present for the ones who gave everything for you, because the greatest way to honor a mother's love is to carry it forward, to live with that same unwavering strength, that same relentless belief in others, and that same unstoppable drive to lift people higher. Because that's what a mother does, and that's why her love is the most powerful force in the world. A mother's love is the most powerful, unstoppable force on earth. It is a love that knows no limits, a force that remains steady through the highs and lows of life. It is not bound by circumstances, time, or even distance. It exists beyond words, beyond explanations, beyond what the human mind can fully grasp. It is a love that gives endlessly, sacrifices willingly, and never asks for anything in return. It is a love that shapes destinies, builds character, and fuels the spirit of those who receive it. No other love compares, because no other love is as relentless, as pure, and as unwavering. From the very beginning, a mother's love is an unbreakable bond. Before a child even understands what love means, they have already been bathed in it. A mother nurtures, protects, and gives without hesitation. She doesn't love because it is easy or convenient. She loves because it is who she is. Her love is not conditional on perfection, success, or even gratitude. It is given freely, without expectation, without requirement, without conditions. A mother's love is the kind that fuels greatness. It instills confidence in a child before they even know what confidence means. It whispers encouragement when the world seems deaf to their struggles. It tells them they are worthy when they doubt themselves. It pushes them forward when they feel stuck. And it gives them the strength to rise even after life knocks them down. A mother sees potential before anyone else does, believes in her child's dreams before they fully understand them, and continues to stand by them even when the world turns its back. Her love is the foundation upon which we build our lives. It is the silent force that teaches us resilience, patience, and perseverance. It is the reason we learn to stand tall when we feel weak, to fight for what we believe in, and to push through life's hardest moments. When we are afraid, we remember her voice telling us we can do it. When we feel lost, we remember her unwavering faith in us. When we succeed, we realize it was her sacrifices, her sleepless nights, her quiet prayers that paved the way for our triumphs. The power of a mother's love is often overlooked because it is expressed in small, everyday moments. It is found in the way she stays up late, ensuring everything is taken care of, even when she's exhausted. It is in the way she sacrifices her own needs to make sure her child never goes without. It is in the way she puts her heart into everything she does, giving her best, even when no one notices. It is a quiet strength, an invisible force that works behind the scenes, never demanding recognition, but always making an impact. There is no obstacle too great, no challenge too difficult, no hardship too painful that can stop a mother from loving her child. She loves through the struggles, through the mistakes, through the disappointments. Even when her child turns away, even when they forget to appreciate her, even when life takes them in different directions, her love remains. It doesn't break. It doesn't fade. It doesn't waver. It is the kind of love that endures through time and space, remaining steady even in silence. A mother's love is not just emotional, it is transformational. It has the power to heal, to uplift, to inspire. It is the reason people find courage in moments of doubt, strength in moments of weakness, and hope in moments of despair. It is the force that drives people to push beyond their limits, to believe in themselves when the world tells them otherwise, to strive for something greater because they know they are loved. The greatest leaders, the most successful individuals, the most resilient souls, somewhere in their journey, they were lifted by a mother's love. Her love is a silent promise that no matter what happens, she will be there. Whether near or far, whether spoken or unspoken, her presence is felt in the deepest parts of our hearts. It is in the way she cheers from the sidelines, in the way she holds us when we are broken, in the way she never gives up even when things seem impossible. It is the kind of love that never asks, "What's in it for me?" but always asks, "What can I do for you?" This love cannot be measured, cannot be contained, cannot be compared. It is the love that teaches us how to love others, how to be strong in the face of adversity, how to be kind even when the world is not. It is a love that doesn't need validation because it is already whole. It doesn't need recognition because it exists beyond ego. It doesn't need anything in return because its purpose is simply to give, to nurture, to uplift. If there is one force on this earth that is truly unstoppable, it is a mother's love. It does not yield to challenges, does not break under pressure, does not falter in the face of adversity. It remains constant and unwavering through every chapter of life. It is the kind of love that stands strong even when everything else falls apart. It is the kind of love that changes lives, shapes futures, and creates legacies. It is, without question, the most powerful force in the world. A mother's sacrifices are the invisible threads that weave the fabric of our greatest triumphs. They are the quiet, unseen efforts that shape our lives in ways we rarely recognize in the moment. She gives, she endures, she works tirelessly, not for her own gain, but for the success, happiness, and well-being of her child. Her sacrifices often go unnoticed because they are not loud, they are demanding, they are subtle, consistent, and deeply rooted in love. And yet, without them, we would not be who we are. A mother's sacrifice begins long before we even take our first breath. From the moment she carries a child in her womb, she begins giving a part of herself. She endures physical discomfort, emotional stress, and countless sleepless nights, all while ensuring that her child enters the world safe and healthy. She rearranges her life without hesitation, not because she has to, but because love leaves no room for selfishness. She puts aside her own needs, her own comfort, and sometimes even her own dreams, so that her child can have the best possible start in life. As we grow, her sacrifices grow with us. She wakes up earlier and sleeps later just to make sure everything is in place. She gives up simple pleasures, things she once enjoyed, to provide for her child. She spends less on herself so she can give more to her family. She stands in the background watching us take center stage, knowing that every success we achieve is a result of the foundation she quietly built for us. Her sacrifices are not just financial or physical, they are emotional and mental as well. She carries our burdens, she worries about our struggles, she prays for our happiness, and she takes on our pain as if it were her own. The most remarkable thing about a mother's sacrifices is that they are never transactional. She does not give with the expectation of receiving something in return. She does not seek recognition, praise, or gratitude. She simply gives because that is what love does. She celebrates our victories as if they were her own, but she rarely takes credit for the role she played in them. When we succeed, the world applauds us, but behind every moment of success is a mother who made it possible. She was the one who encouraged us when we doubted ourselves, who stayed up late helping us prepare, who held us together when we were falling apart. A mother's sacrifices teach us more than we realize. They teach us about selflessness, about resilience, about what it means to truly care for another human being. When we look at her, we see someone who has given everything without hesitation, and that becomes the standard for how we approach life. Her sacrifices become the model for how we treat others, how we work hard, and how we push forward, even when things seem impossible. We learn that success is not just about talent or opportunity. It is about perseverance, about putting in the effort even when no one is watching. just as she did for us. As time passes, we often forget how much she has given. We become so focused on our own goals, our own journeys, that we fail to acknowledge the countless ways she has shaped us. We assume her sacrifices were simply part of life, something expected rather than something extraordinary. But the truth is, her sacrifices are among the most powerful acts of love in existence. Without them, we would not have the foundation we stand on today. One of the greatest tragedies is realizing too late just how much a mother has given. Many people only come to this understanding when they have children of their own, when they finally experience firsthand the depth of love and sacrifice required to raise another human being. It is in those moments that we look back and see with clarity all the things she did that we once overlooked. The countless times she put our needs before her own, the silent struggles she endured without complaint, the moments she stayed strong for us, even when she was breaking inside. A mother's sacrifices are not just about what she gives up, but about what she builds. Every small act of love, every unnoticed effort, every quiet decision she makes with our best interest in mind contributes to the person we become. She teaches us resilience by being resilient. She teaches us love by loving unconditionally. She teaches us strength by being strong in the face of adversity. The impact of her sacrifices does not fade with time. It carries on through generations, shaping not just her child, but the world around them. To truly honor a mother's sacrifices, we must do more than just acknowledge them. We must live in a way that reflects the lessons she taught us. We must show gratitude not just in words, but in actions. We must carry forward the love, the kindness, the selflessness that she demonstrated every single day, because at the end of the day, the greatest tribute we can give her is not just to thank her, but to become the kind of person her sacrifices were meant to shape us into. A mother's whispers of encouragement carry a strength that is often unseen but never unfelt. They are not loud, not demanding, not forceful, but they have the power to shape lives, to heal wounds, and to build unshakable confidence. They are the quiet words spoken in moments of doubt, the soft reassurances when the world feels too overwhelming, the gentle nudges that push us forward when fear threatens to hold us back. These whispers may seem small, but they carry a force greater than any external motivation because they come from the one person who has believed in us from the very beginning. From the earliest years of childhood, a mother's voice becomes the foundation upon which self-belief is built. When a child stumbles while learning to walk, it is the mother's voice that tells them to try again. When they struggle with their first words, their first lessons, their first failures, it is her encouragement that keeps them moving forward. Even when they do not yet understand the meaning of her words, they feel the love, the support, the unwavering belief that she has in them. This is where resilience begins, not in grand speeches or powerful declarations, but in the quiet whispers that remind a child that they are capable, worthy, and strong. As life progresses, these whispers take on new forms. They become the reassurance after a bad day, the reminder that failure is not the end but a stepping stone to success. They are the voice on the other end of the phone when uncertainty creeps in, the quiet confidence that tells us to push forward even when the odds are against us. A mother does not need to shout for her words to have impact. She simply needs to believe in us. And in that belief, we find the strength to believe in ourselves. What makes a mother's encouragement so powerful is that it does not fade with time. Even as children grow into adults, even as they move away, build their own lives, chase their own dreams, her whispers remain embedded in their hearts. In moments of doubt, they hear her voice reminding them of who they are. In moments of fear, they remember the faith she had in them. Even when she is not physically present, her words continue to guide, to uplift, to strengthen. The strength hidden in a mother's whispers is not just about the words she speaks, but the intention behind them. She does not encourage for the sake of motivation alone. She encourages because she sees potential that others might miss. She sees strength where we see weakness, possibility where we see obstacles. She does not let fear dictate her love, and in doing so, she teaches us not to let fear dictate our lives. Her encouragement is not based on conditions. She does not come only in moments of success, but also in moments of struggle. She does not only celebrate when we win, she is there to remind us of our strength when we lose. A mother's whispers of encouragement teach us one of the most important lessons in life. That strength is not always loud, not always obvious, not always on display for the world to see. True strength is often quiet, steady, unwavering. It is the belief in oneself that does not waver in the face of failure, the courage to keep going when everything seems uncertain. It is the ability to stand tall even when the world tries to push us down. And that strength often comes from the quiet, consistent encouragement of a mother who never stops believing in us. Many of the world's greatest successes can be traced back to a mother's belief. The entrepreneurs who built empires, the athletes who broke records, the leaders who changed history, all of them at some point in their journey were lifted by the encouragement of a mother or a mother figure who saw something in them that they could not yet see in themselves. It is often said that belief is the most powerful force in the world, and a mother's belief is the most unshakable of all. It does not falter in the face of struggle, does not diminish with failure, does not disappear with time. It is a force that remains, that strengthens, that transforms. Her whispers are not just encouragement. They are a gift, a foundation, a force that stays with us for a lifetime. They are the reason we take risks, the reason we chase our dreams, the reason we rise after we fall. And even when the world is loud with doubt, with criticism, with fear, it is her quiet whispers that remind us of the truth, that we are strong, that we are capable, that we are enough. The bond between a mother and her child is one of the most profound and unbreakable connections in existence. It is a force that transcends time, distance, and even language. It is not dependent on words, yet it speaks louder than any conversation. This bond is woven into the very fabric of life itself, forming an unshakable connection that begins before birth and lasts far beyond what the human mind can comprehend. It is a love that does not need validation, does not require explanation, and does not fade with time. It is simply there, constant, unwavering, and eternal. From the moment a child is conceived, this bond begins to form. Before they can see, before they can speak, before they can understand the world around them, they already know the presence of their mother. They recognize her heartbeat, her voice, her touch. There is an instinctive connection, an unspoken understanding that transcends logic. A mother's love is the first thing a child ever knows, and it becomes the foundation upon which their emotional world is built. It is a silent force that provides security, comfort, and a sense of belonging that nothing else can replace. This connection does not rely on words because it is rooted in something deeper. A mother can communicate her love through the simplest of gestures, a gentle touch, a reassuring glance, a soft embrace. These small, seemingly ordinary moments carry an extraordinary amount of power. They shape the way a child sees themselves, the way they navigate the world, the way they form relationships with others. Even without speaking, a mother's presence alone has the ability to calm fears, to heal wounds, to instill confidence. It is a language that goes beyond speech, one that is felt rather than heard. As a child grows, this bond evolves, but it never weakens. Even when life pulls them in different directions, even when words are left unspoken, the connection remains. It is present in the way a mother instinctively knows when something is wrong, in the way she can sense her child's emotions even from miles away. It is present in the way her child still seeks comfort in her presence, no matter how old they become. This bond does not break with age, nor does it fade with time. It is an unspoken understanding that no matter where life takes them, they are forever connected. This connection is universal. It transcends culture, background, and circumstance. It exists in every corner of the world, in every society, in every era of history. A mother's love is not confined by language barriers or societal norms. It is something that every human being understands, regardless of where they come from. It is the reason why a child instinctively reaches for their mother when they are hurt, why a mother will sacrifice everything without hesitation for the well-being of her child. This love is not taught. It is ingrained in the very essence of what it means to be human. Even in moments of separation, this bond does not weaken. A child may grow up, move away, start their own life, but the connection remains. A mother's love is not dependent on proximity. It does not diminish with distance. It is present in the quiet moments of reflection, in the habits and values passed down through generations, in the echoes of her words that remain long after she is gone. It is an unbreakable thread that connects two souls, stretching across time and space, never losing its strength. There are times when words fail, when emotions are too deep to be expressed, when life's challenges make it difficult to articulate love. But the bond between a mother and her child does not need words to be understood. It is present in the way she wipes away tears without asking for an explanation, in the way she stands by her child, even when they have lost faith in themselves. It is a connection that does not demand acknowledgement, does not require constant affirmation. It simply exists, powerful and enduring. This bond is not just a relationship. It is a force that shapes destinies. It influences the way a child sees the world, the way they treat others, the way they love and give. A mother's love becomes the foundation upon which empathy, kindness, and resilience are built. It teaches without words, guides without force, nurtures without expectation. It is the reason why, even in the most challenging moments of life, a person can find strength in the thought of their mother's unwavering love. Even in the silence, even in the absence of spoken words, this bond remains the strongest connection a person will ever know. It is not something that can be broken, not something that can be replaced. It is a love that does not fade, does not waver, does not cease to exist. It is, quite simply, the most profound and powerful connection in the world. The silent gestures of a mother are the foundation upon which we are built. They are not grand, not flashy, not demanding of attention, yet they shape us in ways we do not fully understand until we look back and see how much of her love, sacrifice, and strength is woven into our very being. A mother's love is rarely spoken in words alone. It is expressed through actions, through small yet powerful gestures that go unnoticed in the moment, but leave an everlasting imprint on our lives. It is in these silent gestures, her selfless acts, her unwavering support, her quiet sacrifices, that we find the true depth of her love. She does not always say, "I love you," but she shows it every day. She shows in the way she wakes up early to make sure we are prepared for the day, in the way she puts her own needs aside so that we can have everything we need, in the way she carries our burdens without ever speaking of her own struggles. She does not seek recognition for these acts. She does not ask for gratitude. To her, love is not something that needs validation. It is something that is given freely without expectation. A mother's silent gestures often go unnoticed because they are so seamlessly woven into our daily lives.